92's Good Day Chicago.
The big story, of course, the winter weather and record-breaking snowfall. As we take a live look outside at the beam, the radar as well. The snow still falling, and we're tracking what to expect for your Sunday and beyond. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, November 30th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sylvia Perez, along with Mark Strell. The last day of November, and wow, what a way to end the month.
Your Sunday and beyond.
Yeah. Oh my,
to the stars.
That's what you do.
Yeah, right. No, I'm saying you sound like Buzz Lightyear. You know, always
Sunday
looking
and
forward.
beyond,
Yeah.
yes. How about that snowstorm yesterday?
A biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, a biggie.
It's still snowing in some parts, right?
8.4 inches at O'Hare. That is a new single-day record for Chicago, for O'Hare. Also records set in Rockford, 8 inches of snow. And we had anywhere from 12 inches in Rensselaer in Jasper County in Indiana, Valparaiso at 10, Wadsworth at 11. Thanks for the update from team member Mike Kaplan, giving us that intel. 10 inches, Palatine, Naperville, Wheeling. It just snowed a lot all over the place, didn't it? And as you mentioned, Sylvia, it's still coming down in many areas. It's mostly light snowfall this morning. I think the big story is that this snowfall does push out this morning, if you are seeing it, and not all of us are. I'll show you radar coming up in just a second. But the big story, I think, as we go towards the afternoon, will be some blowing and drifting, especially in some of the outlying areas. Winter weather advisory here in purple, winter storm warnings in pink. Still some winter storm warnings up on the other side of the big pond. But for us, this continues until noon today. And again, it's for light snowfall and again, some moderate blowing and drifting across the area here as we go throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. All right, this is the last little hurrah, the last little band of some light and even some moderate snowfall just to the west of the tri-state through the Fox Valley, kind of sliding through. This is on the backside of that low that brought us all the snowfall yesterday and continues to push away to the north and to the northeast. And look at this. We have some green dots at both Midway and O'Hare, indicating that only minor delays being reported by our system this hour. Now, that being said, I'm sure it is still a madhouse there, so good luck to you if you're traveling out today. Temperatures right now, 27 degrees at the airport at Midway, 27 degrees at the lakefront, 28 degrees at O'Hare. It's 30 now up the lake at Waukegan, with temperatures today holding mostly in the low 30s. Cloudy skies, some blowing and drifting. Late this afternoon, we could see a few breaks in the clouds, a little brief peak of some sunshine, certainly possible. We'll go through a time period of some clearing as we go through the evening hours. And clearing skies for us means cold conditions for us overnight tonight before more clouds re-materialize later on this evening. The snow continues to push away to the north and northeast. We're kind of on the tail end, but have no fear. There's more snow coming Monday. I'll tell you more about that in a moment.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Taking a live look at Midway International Airport, courtesy of EarthCam, where even though the worst of the snow is over, it has still left some major travel issues behind. So far this morning, more than 200 flights have been canceled at O'Hare. Just under 10 have been canceled at Midway. Yesterday, more than 1,400 flights were canceled between both of those airports. Well, many people will be hitting the road to try and get home as well today, and the company AAA saying the best time to leave today is before 11 a.m. to miss the traffic. The worst time between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. They also urge people to budget extra time to travel because of the road conditions. Dane Placco has more on the impact of snow for travelers.
We're traveling to Reno, Nevada, and we've been delayed for about 3 hours.
A trying day for travelers at Chicago's airports. Passengers gathered under the flight information boards with fingers crossed, but the news not good. Flight after flight either delayed or canceled altogether as plows struggle to keep the runways clear. By Saturday night, 1,169 flights had been canceled at O'Hare and 246 at Midway. That's roughly 40% of the scheduled takeoffs and landings on the day holiday travelers begin heading home. Delays at O'Hare running about an hour.
Sitting around, maybe get a drink or two, watch college football, and hope we don't get delayed more.
The roads not much better. Plows struggling to keep up with the heaviest snowfall in the afternoon. Here in Northbrook, a car slid into a ditch near Dundee and Waukegan. A family helped out of this van that skidded off the roadway in Winnetka. An IDOT spokesperson tells us some areas are better than others.
It depends on where you are. I mean, some of the area expressways are looking where it's more wet pavement. As you get in there a little bit more south, down on 55, closer to the Joliet area, you're still having some snow, especially in those middle lanes. As soon as the snowstorm hits, we become a 24/7 operation. So we don't, we just change over shifts, but we don't go home until everything is cleaned up.
In the city, the story much the same. Streets and Sanitation deploying all 240 of its salt and plow trucks with an initial focus on the main arterial roads.
We just did a switch, so we got a fresh group on for overnight. We're going to continue to focus on our main streets to get those safe and passable. Right now, it looks like we're catching a little bit of a break. They were busy all afternoon, but we're doing some curb work, some centers, and we're still a little slushy in spots. So please give yourself enough time to get to places.
Oh, it's great. You know, we love the Windy City.
You were tongue-in-cheek, I hope, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
On Michigan Avenue, holiday shoppers hunched against the wind and the stinging snow. Still, some making the best of it with a snowball fight.
You know, it'll get packing snow. It's not that bad right now. It'll get to a
target. You know what you're going to throw it at?
Yeah, one of them. I'm just going to wait to stay back a little bit.
And while heavy snow might be a familiar sight to most of us, not if you're from Australia.
Is this what you were looking forward to? Did
Yes,
you want to
obviously.
see the snow?
I was literally planning for this. I wanted to experience snowfall in Chicago. So it's lovely.
And a snow-related reminder for you, beginning at 3 a.m. Monday morning, Chicago's overnight parking ban will begin on 107 miles of city streets. From December 1st to April 1st, cars are not allowed to park between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. on those designated streets. The city usually tows hundreds of cars when the ban first goes into effect, so be on alert. And we are learning new details about the number of crashes Illinois troopers responded to in our area because of this winter weather. They assisted about 300 motorists. There were more than 400 crashes on the roads, more than 60 of those involving injuries. And this is what the snow looked like in the suburbs. This is video from Lockport yesterday. You can see snow covering that neighborhood. And you can find all the updates on the forecast and the snow totals on our website, fox32chicago.com. President Trump is taking his immigration crackdown even further. Texas authorities say they arrested an Afghan national who posted a TikTok video indicating he was building a bomb. The man came to the U.S. under an asylum program just like the suspect in the D.C. National Guard shooting earlier this week. Dana Marie McNichol has more on the president's plans.
Officials are conducting search warrants and speaking to anyone that might have known the suspect as the investigation shifts into his past, like looking at his life in Afghanistan before he moved to the U.S. in 2021. Officials say 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakanwal was vetted by the intelligence community for his work with the CIA in Afghanistan before being granted humanitarian parole through Operation Allies Welcome. This is a program under the Biden administration that allowed him to settle in Washington state with his wife and 5 kids. He would have also been screened by the Trump administration before receiving asylum earlier this year. Now, what may have motivated him to drive across the country and carry out a deadly ambush remains unanswered. Lakanwal is now facing first-degree murder for the death of 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, as 24-year-old Andrew Wolf remains in critical condition. Today, a DHS spokesperson confirmed another Afghan national who was paroled into the U.S. under Biden's Operation Allies Welcome. He was arrested for posting a video of himself on TikTok indicating he was building a bomb intended for the Fort Worth area in Texas.
There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
In response to the shooting this week, the president has directed the State Department to pause giving out visas to people traveling with Afghan passports, as well as hold all asylum decisions until every person is screened. And the president has also directed an additional 500 National Guard members to be deployed in Washington, D.C., as law enforcement in the area just announced that they will be working in close coordination with the troops. In West Palm Beach, I'm Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News.
The city of Aurora is expanding the number of gambling machines allowed inside local businesses. The Chicago Tribune reports officials will now allow up to 6 machines, increasing the number from 5. This change approved by City Council on Tuesday, and that increase in machines is expected to help with new revenue for local businesses and for the city through taxes. Pope Leo XIV is in Turkey this morning, set to attend a service with 500 Armenian worshipers. The visit is one of several in Turkey and Lebanon, where Armenians have deep roots in that region. The holidays will be here before you know it. Organizers from the Southport Holiday Sip and Stroll joining us next to share the excitement of the upcoming event. Plus, we're going to hear from the sister of a man who went missing nearly 30 years ago and her plea for closure.
It's one of those days.
Welcome back. It's 9:13. Still snowing outside as we take that live look at what's happening just here in the city. A lot to talk about and what happened not only yesterday, but what you can expect for the rest of the day and tomorrow. And Mark will be back shortly with a full look at our forecast. In the meantime, it has been nearly 30 years since a northwest suburban man disappeared without a trace. Palatine police haven't stopped looking for Anthony Tony Klama, and they're asking for the public's help in finding him. In this special report, we share the new information and new photos in this case. Splinter's Sports Pub is now closed for business. Its doors were open on November 5th, 1998. That's the night Palatine police detectives say then 36-year-old Tony Klama stopped by to play darts. They also say he disappeared just before midnight, not far from that bar.
Around 11:30 p.m. that night, he was last seen near 1939 North Hicks, which is in the Foxfire apartment complex.
Palatine Police Detective Commander Josh Hester walked us through the case and shared with us some new details on Klama's disappearance.
He was seen exiting a vehicle on the passenger side, actually, with an unknown male They exited near the 1939 building.
Hester says Klama lived in the 1939 building and worked as a maintenance man in the Firefox condominium complex.
So the vehicle was described as a light-colored vehicle. The male he was with was described as tall with a thin mustache, but further than that, he's never been identified.
Hester says Klama didn't show up for work the next day, which led to his supervisor calling 911 and filing a missing persons report. He also called one of Klama's sisters.
It was unusual about the guy in the car. When we talked to the bartender at the bar, my brother played darts with some guy, but they left separate. So for him to meet up with another guy to get out of his car, I don't know where that guy came from. It was unusual. I mean, that's the big question. Who was that guy? Why hasn't he ever come forward?
Police say a search of Klama's apartment turned up nothing, as did multiple canine and dive team searches in that area.
And we started putting up flyers and walking around talking to people. At one point, we did a grid search of the forest preserve across the street from the apartment complex. We had a lot of volunteers who came out to help.
This case did not have a lot of tips. We did interview a lot of people, both family, friends, co-workers, but tips-wise, we do not have a lot of tips on this case. That's why we're doing this, to hope somebody comes forward with more.
Hester says investigators got one potential break in the case back in 2014 after an anonymous letter was mailed to Crime Stoppers.
It had some references to the area that Tony was last seen in. It also had some reference to some suspicious activity they observed.
Given how much time has passed, Hester is hoping that will help the person who wrote the letter or someone else who knows something to be able to come forward.
We've had no sightings. We've had no financial activity. We've looked at all those records to see, did somebody just want to get away?
Klama's sister agrees her brother isn't the type to just disappear.
Oh, because my brother had a lot of tattoos. He had, a few days before he disappeared, made an appointment to get more tattoo work done. He was out of checks. He had them express sent to his house, so the checks came in after he disappeared. He had made a dentist appointment for like 3 weeks later.
Those tattoos pretty distinct, and police are hoping they might lead them to Tony even today, which is why they like you to take a good look at these photos.
So Tony had some Native American style tattoos. They were on his arms and chest. Definitely very descriptive and wouldn't be identifiable if seen.
We don't think he's alive. We accepted that a number of years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago. There's no way he would have reached out by now. All we care about is having closure and knowing what happened to him and laying him to rest. Please, if you know anything, please come forward.
Anthony Tony Klama is described as 6 feet, 1 inch tall, weighing at about 150 pounds with brown hair, green eyes, and a mustache. If you have any information about this case, you are asked to contact the Palatine Police Department Investigations Bureau at the number on your screen. Police say 4 people are dead and at least 10 others injured after a child's birthday goes horribly wrong in Stockton, California. Authorities say gunfire broke out at a banquet hall shortly before 6 p.m. The victims include both children and adults. Authorities also say no suspects have been identified or taken into custody.
This is Thanksgiving weekend. This is when families come together, celebrate, share memories, give each other love. And unfortunately tonight, heaven is a little bigger with the individuals, children and adults that unfortunately did not make it.
The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office says it believes the shooting may have been targeted, but the investigation continues. Turning to weather now as we take another live look outside at the Bean. Still snowing out there, Mark Stewart?
Oh, yeah, you can see it right there. Look at the Bean. It's all covered in snow, except for like a little window right there.
Yeah, somebody was cleaning it, I think, right?
You think the man inside?
I was just about to say, isn't there a man trapped inside? Haven't we gone over this before?
Yeah. Well, I think it might have been a man outside. You know, we turned Jake Hamilton yesterday loose down at the Bean, and, you know, it was kind of, I thought it was a little surprising because guys were down there pushing, you know, shovels down there. I thought they would have had a little more high-tech solution, but you know what? Whatever works.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was them and not us.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Today, there might be a few folks there with a brush or a broom kind of sweeping off the beam, but very dramatic view of the Bean with snow coming down right now. Here's what's happening. This hour, we still have cloud cover. We still have some light snowfall, but what we're experiencing right now is the last little pocket of snowfall before it all pulls away. This is the low pressure that brought us the snowfall yesterday. It's going to continue to churn off to the north and northeast. We're going to dry out over the next couple of hours. We'll still have mostly cloudy skies from the morning to midday. I think there'll be maybe a couple of breaks in the afternoon where we could see a little peak of sunshine. You see that kind of hinted to in the forecast models. Now, this is 8, 9 o'clock at night, but I think even before then, we could see a little, you know, maybe a little window, a brief little window where the clouds depart, at least for a short period of time. High pressure sails across the area, and then watch what happens Monday. You didn't get enough snow yesterday? Well, you're in luck. We have some more coming tomorrow. Now, it's going to be a small amount compared to what we had yesterday, only about 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches. And if you're along or south of Interstate 80, maybe some spots up to about 4 inches. So this is much less snowfall. But it comes in right during the afternoon rush. So that's not going to be any fun. It's in and out as we go through the evening hours. After that, clouds return, we dry out, and then for the rest of the week, it gets downright chilly. 32 degrees overnight tonight. Well, actually, after a daytime high, we're at 32. Then we're down to 13 overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, 28 with that snowfall in by the afternoon. Your 7-day forecast calling for cold conditions. Look at this. We've got highs only in the teens towards the end of the week, and overnight lows near 0.
Here we go. Okay, thanks, Mark. With Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, some people are already decorating for Christmas and the holidays. And with that, poinsettias, holly, and mistletoe will soon be everywhere. But experts warn you might want to keep some of those plants out of your pet's reach. CB Cotton has more from New York on how it can cause irritation for our furry friends.
With Christmas around the corner, it's time to start decorating. But if you have pets, you might want to think twice before buying certain holiday plants.
Are poinsettias dangerous for pets? Well, no, they're not dangerous for pets. I mean, you certainly don't want your pets eating them because the sap in them is very irritating.
Veterinary toxicology expert Steve Hooser explains while poinsettias cause vomiting, diarrhea, and salivation, they're not deadly to animals.
Poinsettias got a really bad reputation about 100 years ago when there was a report of a fatality in a person who had been eating a few poinsettia leaves. Experts have looked at that since then and they think, well, no, probably it was not a fatality caused by poinsettias.
Holly and American mistletoe also have irritating chemicals in them. And like poinsettias, you might want to keep them out of your dog or cat's reach since eating them can also get them sick.
They may feel a little depressed because they're not feeling well.
Though Hooser says the real deadly risk comes from certain types of lilies, including tiger and Asiatic ones. While they're beautiful, the FDA warns cat owners to keep their furry friends away.
It's this kind of lily. If cats eat some of the petals, if they drink some of the water, even if they're exposed to some of the pollen, they can have severe, deadly kidney damage.
If your cat has eaten any part of a lily this holiday season, experts urge you to call your vet or an animal poison center immediately. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
when you bring booze.
We're already having
Yeah,
fun
we
here,
are.
aren't we? Get ready to sip and stroll with some of your favorite cocktails very soon, and a bunch of other fun stuff going on. It's happening at the Southport Holiday Stroll and Cocktail Crawl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Teresa Hall from the Lakeview Roscoe Village Chamber of Commerce joining us, and then Carly Wilson, Associate Director of Operations for Boca Restaurant Groups, both here to share all the fun details. Welcome, ladies. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
It's good to have you guys.
Especially on this snowy morning.
I was going to say, right? And so that's where these cocktails
And you
really
brought
come in
things
handy.
to keep us warm in,
They
apparently.
did,
Of course.
Thanks for coming in, because I know it's getting up early and coming in on a Sunday, but this sounds like such a fun event. So let's start with you. Tell us how it works.
Yeah, so this is a neighborhood tradition. It's been going on for over a decade, and the people in Lakeview and the surrounding areas love the cocktail crawl. They get to come out with their ticket. They get a commemorative glass. They get to taste different cocktails at all the different stops and do some holiday shopping along the way. So it's
win-win-win.
Win-win-win. We'll have holiday carolers as well, so it's just a great way to get into the Christmas spirit.
Lots to do, and you are here representing one of the restaurants in that area. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm here with Atoko, which is right on the Southport corridor. We're a Japanese restaurant, open for breakfast, lunch, dinner throughout the week, and we love participating in this event. It's really
a fun one.
It's so fun.
And so you brought a few examples of what you guys are making. Tell us about this.
In case we didn't sell you hard enough. We've got delicious spiced pear cider, which is what we're
cider. Tell us what's
pouring
in
up here. So this is going to be shochu, which is a neutral rice distilled liquor.
Cheers.
Teresa, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
Neutral rice distilled liquor.
Yeah, so it's like vodka kind of, but made from rice with Japanese pear nectar and a lot of warming spices.
Is this a breakfast drink?
It is now.
Good answer.
This is really, really good.
Shochu is naturally really low in ABV, so I think it's a great way to start the day.
Cool. And then you have this other gorgeous drink. What do we have here?
This is Nizake. This is one of our featured winter cocktails on our menu. Nizake means nightcap in Japanese, so maybe not as breakfasty. Cheers.
Drinking and learning Japanese here this morning.
Yeah, and what kind of foods do you guys specialize in?
Robata is really our specialty, and sushi. So robata is a live Japanese grill. We use white Japanese charred oak charcoal. So live fired cooking, and then an amazing sushi menu, and also lots of kids items. So we love the Southport family.
You mentioned that you're open for breakfast. What does a Japanese breakfast entail?
You know, we've got a kind of a mix. We've got some traditional brunch options, you know, like eggs and bacon, but then also some Japanese favorites, so you can kind of explore.
Yeah, you kind of learn about different types of. I love exploring breakfast from different cultures. Now, hers is just one of the restaurants. We've talked about the Sip and Stroll. How many places are involved, and what other things will be as part of this?
Yeah, so we have 2 different routes, and each have 10 stops, so there's lots of different places to stop into. And there's some great places to get all the gifts on your list this year. We have Elite Chicago Spa, so that one is a great place to grab a gift card and gift that to someone. We have some great boutiques like Baby Dolls for kids' clothes, and then Boutique with some gorgeous women's clothing. Just lots of great places to stop into, have a drink while you shop.
Yeah, I love that. What's your favorite part about doing this?
Oh, I love being a part of the traditions in the neighborhood, seeing a lot of familiar faces, some of our regulars, and then making a lot of new friends. I think it's, it's a good time to be out and sort of be a part of the...
Well, here's to new friends.
And I understand tickets are still available, but they go fast, huh?
Yes, absolutely. Get your tickets quick because they are going fast.
And it's not bad either, $45, right? Sounds like a great time. Ladies, thank you again. Thanks for joining in. Happy holidays.
Cheers.
We'll be right back. This one is very...
The location is phenomenal. It's such a great location. So it was an absolute privilege and honor to convert this bar to what it should be, a proper Bears bar.
We take you to a new restaurant where Bears fans can gather close to Soldier Field, what the Staley Sports Bar is serving up. While many people shopped till they dropped on Black Friday, a local group took the chance to get closer to nature. And a live look outside as we see snow still coming down and the low cloud cover. How long is this going to stick around? And we're tracking another round of snow. We're going to let you know when that is going to hit. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. I'm Sylvia Perez. Many people still digging out from the snow. Fox 32 meteorologist Mark Strill has a look at when it's all coming to an end. Mark.
Well, we're starting to see the last little throes of snow here this morning, but there's still some snow coming down across a good swath of the area. And I'll show you that coming up on live-powered Appler radar in a moment. Looking up the Mag Mile right here, we do still have some flurries and some light snowfall downtown, but the bulk of the snowfall just up to the north. I'll show you that in a moment. 28 degrees, cloudy skies, some very light snow reported at O'Hare. Winds out of the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour. Those are sustained winds, and we'll have gusts today at around 20 to 25 up to 35 miles per hour. So blowing and drifting is going to be a problem in some of the outlying areas. Your latest satellite and radar showing again where the dark blues are. That is where the snow is heaviest. And when we're talking about heavy snowfall, we're not really talking about the heavy snowfall that we had yesterday. This is mostly light and moderate snowfall, maybe another ½ inch, 3/4 an inch coming through this. This is fairly quickly moving through, and it'll be moving on out here during the next couple of hours. And as soon as this makes its way through, I think we're largely going to be done for the rest of the day in terms of snowfall. Look for mostly cloudy skies with a few breaks in the cloud cover later on this afternoon. Now, temperatures in the upper 20s right now, 30 degrees at Waukegan, lower 20s to the south and to the southwest, 23 degrees in LaSalle, Peru. It's 24 in Ottawa, 24 degrees in Morris, 23 degrees in Kankakee, so a little cooler to our south. And that's because the cloud cover is a little bit higher, and right now we still have low cloud cover with this light snowfall that's still circulating around this large low pressure area. But you can see the bulk of the snowfall and the bulk of the storm system heading northward out of Michigan and into Canada. Some light snowfall coming down, moderate snowfall coming down across parts of New York, Pennsylvania, all the way back down into Virginia this morning. They've had a little bit of light snowfall. So for us, 32 degrees today, snow ending. But there's more snow in store for you tomorrow during the afternoon rush tomorrow. I think we'll see about another 1 or 2, maybe as much as 3 inches of snowfall in the city. Best chances of snowfall, or I should say best likelihood of seeing 2 or 3 inches the further south and west you are. Northern suburbs may get away with only about 1 inch or so out of this, but I think all of us are going to see some snowfall again tomorrow. Light snowfall. 28 degrees on Monday, 24 degrees. We get cold on Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies, and we get colder later in the week with daytime highs on Thursday only in the teens.
All right, thanks, Mark. Animals at the Brookfield Zoo enjoyed a snow day yesterday with no guests to bother them. This is Tim. He's a brown bear. You can see him rolling around having a good time in that fresh snow. The zoo was closed yesterday because of the winter storm. It will reopen later today. You can find all of the updates on the forecast on our website, fox32chicago.com. Northwestern University reaches a major settlement with the Trump administration to settle claims of anti-Semitism. The university has agreed to pay $75 million to have its research money restored. In April, the White House said it was withholding nearly $800 million in federal funding. This was reportedly over claims that Northwestern failed to protect Jewish students on campus. This is connected to the protest on campus against the war in Gaza. Northwestern's president says this deal does not mean the school is controlled by the White House.
I would not have signed anything that would have given the federal government any say in who we hire, what they teach, who we admit, or what they study. This has been an extremely difficult time for our community, and I believe this agreement was the best path forward for us to be able to turn the page.
Northwestern was one of 60 colleges the Education Department accused of failing to protect Jewish students. The Indiana State House is set to reconvene tomorrow to discuss drawing up new voting maps. This is all happening months after pressure from the White House due to California's redistricting of its map. Lawmakers are pushing a plan that could wipe out 2 Democrat-held districts. Republicans control both chambers of the Indiana General Assembly. The state Senate is set to vote December 8th. Both chambers would have to pass this bill in order to send it to the governor's desk. At least one Indiana Republican state senator is already voting no on any redistricting proposal. Michael Bohacek posting on Facebook Friday saying his decision is based on the president's use of a derogatory slur for those with intellectual disabilities. The president used the slur against Democrat Governor Tim Walz. Bohacek says he has a daughter with intellectual disabilities and adds, this is not the first time our president has used these insulting and derogatory references, and his choices of words have consequences. The Christkindl Market says changes made by the city this year to capacity limits may actually put it out of business. The city has put a 1,500-person limit on the market at Daly Plaza. Even during the pandemic, the limit was at about 3,500 people, and in the past, the market had hosted about 5,000 at a time. Vendors at the market say visitors, that is, will be the ultimate losers because at these lower numbers, the Christkindl Market won't be able to exist.
I have no clue why the city has surprised us with new regulations without giving us any information in advance. These regulations will make our survival very difficult, if not impossible. Just when we oldies are handing over the torch to the next generation, we are threatened to be closed for good if we allow you, the people of Chicago, to roam freely in and out of our market.
The market is hoping the city will respond to its worries and concerns and then change that limit. The city is said to be in conversation with the leaders of the market. Many people are now winding down from Thanksgiving and Black Friday. A local group used this opportunity to get closer to nature instead of hitting the stores to shop. Photojournalist Stefan Ward has more.
Let's give a little stretch, a little gratitude for the sunshine. Even tilt your head up, feel the sun on your face.
We're all here together today, right?
Today we're doing the City Kids Outdoor annual Fall Family Hike, Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. We've been doing this a long time, and every year we have friends that come new and old.
I'm glad to get to help my kids connect with nature and enjoy being outside too, and notice how it helps them feel good.
This looks like an old park.
Like everybody understands everybody. We're all the same community, and we're just enjoying the weather and the environment.
I like playing in these wood houses because we always find them, and I also just like walking and running around. I like cleaning the houses because we never know if we could find anything.
It is peaceful. We want to do something that gets us away from the hustle and bustle of buying products on this day.
Roll! What bugs are under there? I love coming to La Ba. This is probably the closest part of nature to the city for us, and having things like this on the north side are just wonderful.
I think one of the really awesome things for the kids has been the opportunity to do stuff like this where they're climbing, and some of the kids know each other already. A lot of them are taking risks, but relatively safe risks. And it builds a sense of autonomy for them and gets them out of their comfort zone a bit and able to connect with one another in ways that they don't always get through organized activities in school.
The more time you spend outdoors, research shows that the better off you'll be when it comes to your mental health.
I'm going in the big one. Hey, look out. Whoa. I want to to go too.
You're a big speed walker.
Obviously, a good time was had by all. Well, the Snowfall made an appearance in downstate Champaign as Illinois hosted Northwestern University in college football. Illinois won that game. Final score 20-13. And when we come back, a local restaurant is ringing in the holidays with a bunch of fun new cocktails. So we're talking with Sweetwater Tavern about what's the latest on the menu. We'll be right back. This is the way you do it. Sweetwater Tavern serving up some special. This is how we do it, right? Okay, it's the holiday season. You know, Sweetwater is actually in the same building that we're in, March.
Yes, it is.
So we are very familiar with them.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk more about it and what they're doing this year with Angela Zoyce. She is the Chief Marketing Officer at Sweetwater. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Is this the first time we're meeting you? I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah, considering you've had this relationship.
And she's a CMO, so you know you don't mess with the CMO.
No, you do not mess with the CMO. So we know
best behavior,
always, right? We know about the great food all the time. You guys are doing a fun series of cocktails, and including one that's great for this year, this time of year. But you say it's kind of popular year round. Tell us about that.
It's our best-selling cocktail, but particularly good for the holidays because of the cranberry.
Right.
This is our cranberry mojito I'm going to make for you. Those are made, so feel free, indulge.
Okay, so what's involved in the cranberry mojito?
So we're going to start with about 8 cranberries.
8-ish.
Yeah,
not bad, huh?
Whatever you think.
Yum.
We're going to do 3 lime slices, and we're going to do about 4 sprigs of mint.
So you put the whole lime slice in there.
Yeah, the whole lime, yep.
Okay.
And then we're going to do just a little bit of simple syrup, 0.25 ounces,
Not
just
much.
to help
Yeah,
us
it's
muddle.
not too sweet. This is
right,
delicious.
No, it's right on.
So you're going to take your muddler and you're going to really get these all mashed up together.
I do.
Yeah.
It's I have like 4 or 5.
It's such a helpful
borrow your muddler.
So down and turn, down and turn.
There's a technique to muddling. I did not know that.
And so you're going to get everything mixed up quite nicely. And then once you do, you're going to add your ice. And then You're going to add your booze.
Okay.
And your cranberry juice.
Now, this seems like a fairly easy drink to make,
It is
right?
actually quite easy. So you're going to do 2 ounces of cranberry juice.
Okay, so we have cranberries and cranberry juice.
Yes. So if you don't like cranberries, stay away from this drink. And then we're going to do 1.5 ounces of Bacardi Limon. So we use a little bit of limon.
Limon.
Right.
Yes.
Limon.
Okay,
And
then just adds a nice little extra citrus to
Yes,
it.
exactly. Pairs well with the cranberry. Thank you.
It does, actually.
I'm going to shake that up. Good shake. All right.
nice.
And then we're actually going to just dump all of the contents right into your highball glass.
I'll be darned.
Get all of that good stuff. And then we're going to add
High in fiber.
dash of Sprite.
Okay.
Dash of soda. So again, not too sweet, not too much simple.
That's why I like that. Yeah.
And then you're just going to add your
Look at you. Good
straw.
job.
And then we're going to garnish
Look at
with
that.
a mint.
Cheers. Great job on
It's
this.
full of
okay.
stuff.
Okay, for people who've never been, describe. You did good, didn't you?
Thank you, I did.
For people who've never been, describe Sweetwater. What do you want them to know about it?
So Sweetwater, I think one of the best things about it is, like your studio, centrally located, heart of Michigan Avenue, heart of downtown.
Right.
The river's just north of us, Millennium Park just south. So great for the holidays by the theater district. But it's also a great place to watch a game, very, casual. So if you've been out shopping or, you're a tourist or a local and you feel just kicking your, feet up and relaxing, it's a good place to do that.
I have done that before.
And not only the drinks are delicious, but let's talk about some of the food that you brought.
Yeah, so modern American food. We just added a bowls section to the menu. This is our tuna poke bowl. Yes, and it's fresh tuna. It's very, this is a chipotle mayo sauce. This is a jalapeno soy.
Nice.
So you can mix all that up. Bowl's very popular on the menu.
Yeah, you guys have a salad there that we all love.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's got everything in it.
The big
Kinda
salad.
Yes.
The big salad.
Yeah, the big salad.
It's so delicious. Okay, what's this?
This is our Kung Pao cauliflower, one of the most popular appetizer
cauliflower.
dishes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it's very healthy. You wouldn't know it by the taste because it's just delicious and kind of indulgent. Very good to share. And then this is one of our most popular desserts. This is the peanut butter Snickers pie. It's absolutely delicious. Like I said, great for sharing. Everybody just gets their spoon and, so you got those crumbled Snickers pie pieces on top.
Very nice.
Now, I love in the summertime, too, you guys have the nice outdoor seating area, but it's the holiday season, and people are like tourists and, people who live here. They are packing the city right now. What is it like to try to get into the restaurant? Do you recommend reservations?
Yeah, so we do take reservations via Open Table. You can always make a reservation, but we also allow enough space for walk-in traffic as well. Being on Michigan Avenue, we want to accommodate that. We've got long community tables. We've got a bar. We've got booths. So we've kind of got quite a bit of a different setup. Private dining room. So yeah, it's a great place.
Very fun. We love it.
Yeah.
Let's run over, get some more mojito, cranberry mojito. Delicious. Thank you again. This was amazing.
Thank you.
Bears fans gathering at a popular new bar run by a former Bears legend, the Staley. We get a peek inside and find out why this used to be a hot spot for Green Bay Packer fans for many years.
Nothing.
This spot is where football pride is on full display, owned by former Chicago Bear Israel Adonijah and built for diehard fans. Welcome to the Staley. And this spot is a super fan's dream with 8,900 square feet, 16 TV screens, 2 jumbo. It's amazing. And here's the man himself, Israel Adonijah. Izzy, nice to see you.
Welcome to the Staley.
Oh my gosh. So first of all, Israel, I love the Staley. This is my first time here.
Welcome.
It's beautiful. I will be coming back. How long have you been open, and what do you want people to know about the Staley?
Yeah, we've been open for about 9 months now, and you know, this has just been a really special project. Previous to us taking over the space, it was a Packer bar, right? And
as in Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Are you kidding?
Just disgusting, right? and because it's so proximate, it's the closest bar to Soldier Field. Everybody still had to come here and hang out before and after Bears games because it was just the location is phenomenal. It's such a great location. So it was an absolute privilege and honor to convert this bar to what it should be, a proper Bears bar.
Yeah.
Let's go Bears, who are now 4 wins in a row, right?
How amazing is that,
so
right?
good, so good.
Okay, and I can't talk to you without talking to you about your time with the Bears. You're a defensive lineman. Tell me about those memories that you have of playing during that time and what it means to kind of really come back full circle.
I mean, what an incredible chapter in my life, right? My 10 years that I was fortunate to play in what I consider the greatest sports city in the world, Chicago. It was just really special. Over those years, we had one of the best defenses, you know, in the league, across the league, and we didn't really know how special what we had was, right? It's just like to be able to play with Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, to be able to make it to a Super Bowl, right? Just these memories that we were fortunate to build together will last a lifetime. And it was a really special time for us as players and our relationship really with the fans of the city.
Okay, now we've got some beautiful cocktails in front of us, and it's amazing. You can come here, you can have great drinks, and the food, I think, is 2.0 when I think of bar food. So we've got to talk about that. So let's bring some of that in,
All right,
okay?
let's bring in some great food.
Okay.
I mean, I hope you're hungry.
I'm hungry, always hungry.
Wings are big here. You can get them bone-in or boneless. Here we have our buffalo-style bone-in and boneless. You can get it with our own house-made ranch dressing. These are also delicious, our garlic parmesan wings. And then we have here our loaded nachos, brisket, nachos, cheese, fresh baby tomatoes. Our pizzas are also very big. Here we have our sweet heat. It's our pepperoni pizza with some hot honey. And then we have our buffalo chicken pizza. Again, it's buffalo sauce, it's chicken, it's creamy, absolutely delicious. And this year, it's been an incredibly special partnering with the Chicago Bears to bring our loaded mac and cheese to Soldier Field all season long. You can get it level 2 and 3 in the United Club, and our chicken sandwich also at Soldier Field.
So you have your loaded mac and cheese,
yes,
and your chicken sandwich at Soldier Field.
Yep.
How exciting! How did that come about?
Yeah, so we partner with Levy Foods, and you know they were looking to bring restaurateurs that represent Chicago, restaurateurs that are local to Soldier Field to be a part of this incredible community that is, you know, Chicago Bears culture and football. And, you know, we're just so grateful for Levy to select us as one of the groups to participate in the program and bring our experience here at Staley to Bears fans at Soldier Field.
Now, I know once a Bear, always a Bear.
Always,
but
always.
You have really managed to continue this kinship, this brotherhood with the family of the Chicago Bears after leaving playing the game. And I know you guys always stay in touch, but this has to be extremely special for you to be able to continue this legacy, and you're doing it at Soldier Field.
Absolutely. I mean, I think when I think of my time with the Bears, right, it does bring to mind family first, right? These are relationships that I'll hold dear a lifetime. And although I'm not on the field playing, I still feel like we're a part of the family. I still feel like I am a Bear for life. And not just from a player standpoint, but now working with the leadership and the corporate office, people that helped guide me at 21 when I got here are relationships that I'm now near and dear with at 44, right? And it's just been really special.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what we're about to cheers with, but can I just say cheers to you. Congratulations on a successful continuing career, and thank you for having us.
Cheers.
To the stage.
Bear down.
Well, it turns out cats meow louder when greeting male owners compared to women, and there's apparently a reason for this.
Really? What is that reason?
According to a new study published in the journal Ethology House Cats.
I did not. My subscription lapsed recently, so I did not see this.
House cats were fitted with body cams, or should we say cat cams? Researchers say the cats meowed more often towards their male caregivers. Experts suggest cats are more vocal because men don't always listen.
No kidding.
I was going to say that, but forcing the cat to adjust their behavior, like, hey, 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 pay attention to me. Hey, hey.
Over here, over here. Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
It all makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like. Well, you know what this is.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Super Bowl Shuffle. And now there's a documentary. It's all on HBO Max, and it is out now. The documentary chronicles the creation of the pop culture phenom, featuring behind-the-scenes footage and brand new interviews from players who performed the hit song.
That was such a huge deal, wasn't it? I wasn't living here then, but I knew all about it.
Yeah. You know, it was just one of those things that took hold. And I'm sure they did it, you know, just to kind of for fun, kind of goofing off a little bit.
Yeah.
Production values not that bad for back in the day, but it went viral.
It went
Probably
viral
one of the very
before
first,
it was,
before viral was even a thing.
Known,
right?
yeah, which is so cool, and it's so great to see like Walter Payton in there, and some of those other great legends in there. And I mean, to this day, when you hear that, you can't help but move, right?
Right. And you know, the funny thing is, like, to your point, I mean, you're looking at a group of individuals that arguably were one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yes.
All right there together and just hanging out, having fun.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That is just incredible. And the legacy continues, and even though we've won only one Super Bowl, at least that we can remember in our lifetime, maybe there were more before, this is something that will ever be like imprinted in Chicagoans and Bears fans' minds, right?
No doubt about it.
I love that. Didn't another team try to do it once?
Yeah, and it kind of went flat because, you know, I mean, once it's done, it's like Fonzie jumping the shark. It's already been done.
And done the way it does, it's never going to be the same.
Never going to be the same.
Cool. I want to watch that doc. Yeah, we'll have to see that. Okay, final check of the forecast.
All right, here's what's going on today. We still have a couple of flurries, some light snowfall still coming down. The bean still covered in some snowfall. Temperatures today up to 32. The snow will be going away as we go through the rest of the late morning into the afternoon. Blowing and drifting could be an issue. Tomorrow, more snowfall coming our way. Light snowfall, about 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches here in Chicago, as much as 4 inches from I-80 southward. North suburbs, probably about an inch or so. Tuesday, gets cold, 24 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, and conditions will get colder later in the week. By Thursday, high temperatures only in the teens.
You know what you need? You need something to eat that makes you feel nice and full. We still have the leftover a Snicker Oreo pie. Is that crazy?
So good.
Yeah, that was from our friends at Sweetwater, along with this mojito that tastes like juice, very dangerous here at 10 o'clock in the morning, right?
You know, if they put that in a juice box, we're all going to be in trouble.
We're going to go now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here. We won't, but others will see you here tonight.
Others will.
News at 9. Have a good one. Stay safe.
Thank you for joining us today. I know this is on Zoom, so we got to see what happens here, but thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.